Someone whose work helped me tremendously to develop a more comprehensive mindset around food and eating is Dr. Robert Lustig. He is someone who initially majored in nutritional biochemistry at MIT and later became a pediatric neuroendocrinologist, meaning he has decades of experience treating children, mostly in the US, with traditionally adult diseases that seem to appear in younger and younger generations. He speaks a lot about sugar and metabolic health and metabolic dysfunction. And so this is just some of the ideas that he persistently tries to share throughout his work that I found to be super valuable. Number 1, provide real food for your microbiome. Your microbiome is huge. You have trillions and trillions of living organisms in your gut, and they're living organisms, meaning they will get hungry and they will try to find something to eat. So you either provide them with that, ideally by eating real fiber-rich food and not something that has recently been invented and is ultra-processed, or you do not give them something, but then they will still get hungry and still try to find food, and that food may end up being the mucus on your intestinal lining, which can lead to inflammation and the leaky gut syndrome, and you probably do not want to go there. So as a preference, try to give them real fiber-rich food to chew on. Number 2, try to get your fiber from real sources like plants, veggies, and so on, because they contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is the part that actually absorbs water and creates this gel-like thingy, versus insoluble fiber is the long strings in celery, which do not absorb water, but they keep their rigid structure. So if you have both, then you basically have this grid-like structure from the insoluble fiber, and then the soluble fiber absorbs liquids and creates a gel that fills in the holes of the insoluble grid, and this will create a protective coating on the inside of your intestines. And that's going to be super good for you because partially it slows down absorption of much of the carbohydrates that you're consuming, so that it's going to be a more balanced workload on your liver and on your pancreas having to excrete insulin. And that also means that more of the food that you're consuming will actually be able to reach lower parts of your intestine, and your gut bacteria can feed on it and create a bunch of super healthy compounds in return. Number 3, this is especially important for fruit. Try to eat your fruit in their original form and not out of a blender or a mixer. Fructose, which is the sugar in fruit, can only be metabolized by your liver, and it is a lot harder load on your body. So try to have that insoluble fiber part still there, slowing down the rate of absorption. Number 4, there's the saying, you are what you eat. So this may come as a surprise, but if your food absorbed good nutrients, then you have a higher chance of absorbing good nutrients. But if your food was fed poorly, then you have a higher chance of getting fatty liver disease or like any type of other disease. And number 5, he promotes understanding your blood panel results. When it comes to metabolic health, it's especially your HDL cholesterol levels and your triglyceride levels and your liver panel test. Know your baseline values and try to understand how you change over time. And then there is just so much more that he speaks about and teaches us. So go check out his webpage, listen to the interviews that he's making online, read his books, and just, go and educate yourself about what and how you put into your body.